Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review for tonight's match review and latest news, of course, as Newcastle fall to Liverpool by 3-2 in what was a superb effort from Newcastle last night. Really gutting at the end. I must admit, I've seen highlights and read up about the game. Billy, of course, did a fantastic job last night with Stato on the watch-along on Matchday Live. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Obviously not the last few minutes of the game, but what a comeback it was. But there's a lot to talk about from that game. Injuries, goals, controversy, the Liverpool fans acting like tosspots on social media again. Just unbelievable. But if you do enjoy the show tonight, guys, as usual, hit that like button for us. And if you're new, please do subscribe. It is free of charge. All that we ask for is that you basically hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload or a live show. You can become a member of the Toon Review, of course. Prizes for our members on a regular basis by hitting that join button underneath us. And, of course, super chats are available. That's the $ underneath the live comments. And if you do make a super chat, you will guarantee your comment to be read out on the show. Good evening, Billy.
Oh, good evening. Good evening to the Toon Review Massive, the Magpie Massive, and all you fantastic, superb, spondicious people out there in viewerland.
Now, where the hell do we start tonight, Billy? Because
it's such a...
I mean, look, I didn't see the whole game. I've seen bits and bobs of it. I watched, as I said before we started, I've watched your watch along back, which was superb commentary from you and Stato. Really gave me a sense of the game, to be honest. And, when I watched it back, I thought, wow, it is like watching a live game. You guys were right up to date with it. You were cracking, brilliant commentary. So massive well done to use too for that. Great show. But where the hell do we start tonight's show? Because it's now come out in the press again this afternoon, Billy, reported by all the Northeast journalists that Alexander Isak is still going to be on strike, is still not willing to come back, despite visits from the chairman himself, despite previous reports saying that hopefully he was going to be reintegrated this week. It doesn't look like anything is happening like that.
No, I think we'll see. He's not going to stay on strike forever. He's going to have to come back at some point. Unless the money's there, the right money, and we sign 2 strikers, then he's going nowhere. Simple and straightforward enough for me. Look,
I'm at the point now, Billy, where I want Newcastle to stay strong like they are. And if he's still 100%. Here, then fuck him. He's still here. He's a Newcastle United player. He's contracted this football club. We simply cannot let this fucker win. We cannot let him win this. No. And unless we get 2 strikers in and then Liverpool meet the valuation. Simple as that. Because
100%.
I'm at that point now, Billy, where I think his behaviour has been disgusting, but fuck him. We are in charge here. The football club is in charge. And even if he does not want to play for us, we have to make a stand. It's as simple as that.
That's how I've always been. That's
how you've always been. But I'm at that point now, Billy, as well.
That's brilliant. Well, that's brilliant. And, I think with Alexander Isak on the pitch last night, we win the game. So, small little thing, Liverpool have managed to turn his head that much that he wasn't ever able to play in the second game of the season. I think if that game is played maybe later on in the season, maybe the interest in Alexander Isak isn't as strong. It's very, very conspiracy theorising things, but who knows? Who knows? Absolutely, we have to stay strong. We want the money that we want. We need replacements. If those conditions aren't met, then he's going to have to sit and rot.
Listen, there's a few people in the chat saying, you wanted him gone a few weeks ago, Paul. Yes, I want a bad apple out of the club. But at the same time, if we can't get replacements in, then I'm not going to take... I don't want us to take a low ball offer and let this fucker win. We have to take a stance as a football club. We have to prove to all the other players, not just at Newcastle, but around the football world, the players cannot dictate when they leave a football club unless it benefits the football club. And right now, him leaving us does not benefit Newcastle United unless we signed 2 strikers. Now, there is rumours about Visser again today and Hoyland, etc., etc. Look, if we got those 2 in and Liverpool then bid what we value Isak at, then fuck him off. Let him just. Obviously, we've got the valuation. We've stuck by our guns, and we got 2 replacement strikers in. But I think at this stage, Billy, with what's left in the transfer window, to get 2 strikers in the door now is going to be extremely difficult.
I think we'll find it hard to get one, if I'm perfectly honest.
Yeah.
It takes us forever to get a deal done. And absolutely no way on God's earth that we should be allowing a player to dominate the club. And it's not just about the player; it's about what happens if in 12 months' time someone comes in for one of our other players and tries to lowball us and bully us and turns their head.
Yeah,
because we've been bullied into selling him cheap this time. No, we can't lose this one. This is one we have to win.
Yeah,
and we will win, I'm sure.
And listen, I stand by Eddie Howe 100% in all of this, and I'm sure all the supporters do. There is still lots of supporters that want him gone out the club. Now, if everything came to fruition on us getting transfers in, then of course I'd want the rat bag out of the football club. I think any normal fan would. But the fact is, we can't get 2 strikers in, and he can't dictate to Newcastle United. He just can't. Listen, if we'd had a striker there or an Isak playing these last 2 games, we might have been sitting on 6 points now. Because from what I've read and from what I've seen, Newcastle United thoroughly deserved to win last night if they'd had a striker.
No, we thoroughly deserved to without a striker.
Well, yes. Yeah.
But it shouldn't be all about Alexander Isak. He wasn't there. Let's concentrate on the 10 that played, or the 13, 14 that played.
Absolutely.
Every one of them played the hearts out for Newcastle United while that wank was at home watching.
Well, we'll just do a couple of super chats first, Billy, and then we'll get stuck into the game. Geordie Rick, been a member for 23 months. Hi, Paul and Billy. Do you think we need another midfielder with injuries as well as at least one striker?
Potentially. I mean,
the
fact that he's Tonali's, who, by the way, was deliberately taken down by TK.
We'll come on to all that, because
and then you got Joe Linton with his groin, and we probably do, but I mean, we'll get one. I don't think so.
Martin Brophy, member for 20 months. Think we need to talk about Gordon's disciplinary record. 3rd red card for NUFC. We'll come on to it, of course. Peter, thanks for your super chat. It was a red for Gordon. However, Gravenberch should have been sent off, and Kanate should have been off as well. Corruption once again at its finest. Simon Ward, 21 months member. Thank you, mate. So no out-and-out strike. It cost us 5 points so far. Your thoughts, lads? Well, we've just given you the thoughts. Deutsche Kopite. I don't wear rose-tinted glasses, mate. You guys deserve to win last night. We couldn't match you guys. Unlucky. Not all LFC fans are tossers, mate. I know. And we, there's a fair few decent ones subscribe and follow this channel. Some very good friends of ours are Liverpool fans. So when I say it, I mean the plastics on social media, mate, who seem to wear the rose-tinted glasses, and that's all they will wear. They can't see past them.
We've had praise from Liverpool fans for last night's commentary. We've also had people wishing us dead. So, from one extreme to the other.
Well, that makes a change, doesn't it? Death threats to us, really. I mean, honestly, it's ridiculous. Charlie Marley says, lads, last night were incredible. Isak let them down. Adam Bell, thank you. Under no circumstances should we pander to Isak's demands. He stays and he plays by our rules and obeys his contract or ruins his career. And Good Deal says, sign a killer, Soloff, Biereth, or Orban. 2 of them. I don't think we'll get 2 of them.
Orban's a centre-half, isn't he?
He is, yeah. I mean, we don't need another centre-half. I mean, by all accounts, Chow did all right when he came on, but not according to Billy. But I've seen lots of people saying it was a fantastic debut, but not from what I picked up from the watch-along either, and the highlights I've seen, but hey-ho. Just on the point of threats towards us, guys, just to let you know that you won't be seeing Sam for a while. She's decided to take a step back for a while just to regenerate, so to speak. All the abuse hurled at me and Sam, obviously, for the Sky and all that. There's stuff going on behind the scenes with abuse towards Sam as well. So it's really hit her hard, guys. So she's taking a bit of time off just to recuperate, going to spend a bit of time with her family and stuff, and come back stronger. She will be back. Don't worry about that. But she is, if anybody's wondering where she is, she's taking a bit of time away because, she deserves it because of the idiots out there. But everybody in this community knows what a wonderful person Sam is, what a wonderful person we all are on this channel. Simple as that. And she's just needing a bit of time off to sort of process everything and get herself put right. So she'll be back very soon, guys. I'm sure she'll be back with us for deadline day. She won't miss that for any amount of money. But there you go. Right, let's get into it, Billy. So, first half, were you quite surprised at the lineup?
No, not at all. We said in the preview game that we thought it would be the same side, and indeed it was. Exactly how we thought it would be. Yeah.
Now, obviously, the game started. We expected a brilliant. I've seen a few people on X, Billy, just saying that the war flags displays were a little disappointing considering the magnitude of the game. I mean, was there much put on the TV about that?
Not really. We saw. I don't think the club needed hyping up, if I'm perfectly honest.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, it was just short and straight to the point. It was a really, really sharp, terse statement, and I agree. I loved it. I thought it was great. Yeah. We had one on the sidelines as well. We had get into him on the sidelines as well as the one behind in the Gala Gate. Mm-hmm. So yeah, absolutely not. I didn't. I thought that it was very good. I thought it was great. Didn't need saying. Not a lot needed saying, to be honest.
Yeah. Now, what did you make of Newcastle start? The way the game, the first 20 minutes or so, Billy. What was your feelings?
It was exactly how I thought it would be. We were at them from minute one, and we really, really started the game really well, without creating too many clear-cut chances. But we dominated the ball, we dominated territory, and we were the better side. Liverpool took them forever to get in the game. Really did. So
obviously Liverpool took the lead.
Yeah.
So, I mean, where would you? Were you disappointed with the way we conceded the goal, Billy, or was it just these things happen in football?
It was a bloody lucky goal, if I'm perfectly honest. It was a great finish. It was a great finish. It really was.
Yeah.
However,
totally wrong-footed Nick Pope, didn't it?
Yeah, was he positioned badly? I'm not sure if he was standing another 2 yards to his right. It still wouldn't save it. He actually clipped the post going in. Mm-hmm. I think he was inside as well. At the time, I thought, maybe he's a little bit out of position, but no, it was just a strange goal. Curtis Jones got fouled on the far side, and I think the players expected a free kick, so no one went out to close down Gavin Birch. But apart from that, could we really have stopped it? I'm not sure. It's just one of those goals that, despite being a kind of daisy-cutting shot from 25 yards, it's going to stop it going in.
Would you say that really maybe the players you're saying about the free kick there, thinking that it was going to be a free kick?
Yeah.
Did we switch off momentarily?
I mean, even that's not 100% in saying that. I'm trying to think of a reason why we didn't actually get involved with the shot or try and get out and block it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was just heartbreaking that it went in at the angle it did and clipped the post. It was a fantastic finish from Gavin Birch. Yeah. Who up to then had been second best all over the pitch, as I'd hope the whole team, to be honest. It was just come after a period of time where Liverpool decided to try and take the sting out of it because they were fed up with the press, they were fed up with the violence and the ferocity of what we were doing. Mm-hmm. And they just kept the ball for a little while, just passing it amongst the centre halves, Van Dijk to Konate. And we were knackered by this time. We were flagged a little bit. There was no press. And then they pushed the button and went, and we just couldn't deal with it. It was deliberate from Liverpool. It was quite professional how they did it. They needed to take the sting out of it. However, it took them 35 minutes to do it, unfortunately.
But also, Billy,
for them,
Gravenberch shouldn't have been on the pitch, in my opinion.
I don't think it's a red card. I think it's yellow. I think it's a yellow. Very strong yellow.
Billy, what on earth is going on with you? The man who basically appeals for every red card during our commentaries. You are now saying that was not a sending off.
No, I don't think so. It was a very strong yellow.
Billy, I'm coming down to yours to burn that Zen garden. Right, I'm coming down to utterly destroy it, take away all your plants, whatever you're sniffing, because he went through him. He went through.
I think Bruno made the most. Well, not made the most of it. I think he made you go through him.
It wasn't. I mean, there has been suggestion that Bruno, Bruno brought it on himself by stepping across Gravenberch. But is that not Bruno's job to protect the ball?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's not a red card. It's a yellow card. I think they got the right decision. It was close. It's in between the yellow and the red. I'm not saying it was a.
Should we put this to a poll, Billy?
Well, we know the answer. I think we've got it. I just don't think that it's in between. It's in between the yellow and red for me. I don't think it's a red. I think it's a very strong yellow.
I mean,
and Stato with the same opinion, to be fair.
Yeah, I know that. But I don't know. I mean, what's a very strong yellow, Billy? I mean, it's look.
I think had Anthony Gordon done that and got sent off for it, we'd be really, really cheesed off with it, pissed off.
But I think he would. That's the difference. I thought the referee yesterday, Billy, from what I've watched of the game, was absolutely shocking.
It's hypothetical for me. But yes, he was. It was dreadful. It was.
Now look,
the minute after Stato praised him for being not dreadful, he just went.
Yes, he did.
Shit on. It was awful. No doubt about that.
Now, onto the Anthony Gordon one. That was a red card all day long for me. You can't go in like that. I know Anthony Gordon says he didn't mean to go in like that, but at the end of the day, he did. I know he was hyped up. He'd done a lot of. If you watch the build up to that sending off, Billy, he was running all over the pitch. He was like just a crazed animal, and trying to close them down. But at the same time, that tackle. I mean, you saw the marks on Van Dijk's leg. I mean, he raked down the back of his calf. I mean, I have no complaints about that sending off. And I do have to look at Anthony Gordon's disciplinary record because it ain't good, Billy.
No, it's not. But it wasn't good at Everton before he came to us. It's got that little bit of devil in him, hasn't he? However, I don't think last night's tackle had any malice in it. I think he was just really, really trying to get across. He just pressed Canard and he legged it 30, 40 yards, trying to get in front of Van Dijk. He was trying to pull out of it. However, he was out of control. It's a red card. At that time, I didn't think it was. But it's definitely a red card. Yeah, you can't. He was out of control. Boot down the back of the thigh, that calf. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, half time then comes and it's you fear the worst. Straight after half time, before the Liverpool manager even come back to his dugout, we're 2-0 down. Now, I've looked at that goal again, and I'm a little bit disappointed with Toon Army, Billy, because he was marking Ekitike.
Yeah, he couldn't get goals on him, did
he just ran off chasing the ball and left his man. And of course, the ball comes back to Ekitike, and it was a beautiful finish, don't get me wrong, but you can't leave Ekitike like that.
Well, he was trying to get goal side of him, and he couldn't get goal side of him. And then once he'd passed the ball off, he then left it to a centre half who didn't pick him up. And Ekitike's finish was, whereas Gravenberch's was a little bit lucky, I would say. I think his was clinical. I think it was a great finish. Yeah. He didn't behave like an absolute arsehole for the time he was on the pitch. He really was. And I think he could have had a red card. I think he did Tonali. I think he did it.
Yeah, there's been a few people said that today that maybe Ekitike should have gone as well. A couple more super chats before we move on. I Like Coffee says, I was so impressed with Jacob Ramsey. I've heard good things about his performance. I think you guys mentioned him a few times in the commentary as well. Wagner says, giving Bruno the armband is a top 3 Eddie Howe decision. Bruno and Byrne will remain as the spine of the team. Olusola, are we underrating Asula? The kid could do with a run. He might get one. RM Britman says, never been prouder of a loss than last night. Yeah, but we're getting bantered now. Proud FC. That's what seems to be going around from the Liverpool fans. I seen one earlier on before we start the show saying Newcastle 4, Liverpool 3, with Proud FC scoring 2 goals in the last minute of injury time. Honestly, dickheads. Andy, 200, evening, Bonnie lads. Paul, Billy, we sent a message without a striker, and War Queen Sam, take as long as she wants. She's War Queen. Now, there was another... obviously, Bruno gets a goal back, Billy, which, I thought was a very good header, to be honest, right in the corner. And he fought like tooth and nail to get on the end of that. But Bruno last night, Billy, just epitomised the passion he has for Newcastle United.
I think it's possibly his best performance in a Newcastle shirt. He literally pulled us up by our collars from the depths of being 2 down. He wasn't accepting defeat. He just did everything, and everyone followed in his footsteps. Our captain's performance, if ever you've seen one, scoring a goal, just been outstanding. And he actually got booked as a captain. Okay, let's put it in context. Throughout the first half, Every refereeing decision that went against Liverpool, Virgil van Dijk's in the referee's face, questioning the decision. Harvey Barnes is clean from goal. He gets pushed in the back from Konate. Last man, clear through. Ref doesn't give a free kick. Bruno questions it and gets booked for dissent.
Yep.
Howe, that's disgraceful. Disgraceful. It's a red card all day, every day. The ref didn't even concede to give it a free kick. VAR couldn't look at it because it was a yellow card offence. In their opinion, it wasn't. He was last man. He was in on goal. It was a red card all day and every day. And that, for me, is the worst decision of the night. Not allowing that. A
few of the pundits, Billy, have said that it was shoulder to shoulder. I've never in a million years have I seen so much nonsense in my life, because that was a clear push on Harvey Barnes, who, like you say, would have been through on goal. Now, in what world is that not a sending off? Let's be honest. We've seen these given all over the country, all over the world, sendings off, clean through, blah, 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 blah. Yet, you're right. He doesn't even look at Konate. He just gets on and books Bruno, because Bruno's asking the question of why it wasn't a red card. And you know what? He's got every point to make there, because we've seen Anthony Gordon sent off. We've seen Gravenberch get away with one, whether we think it was a sending off or not. That was a talking point. And then that one, I mean, Harvey Barnes is through on goal. He's not going to throw himself to the floor. He's not that type of player.
He's on his right foot as well. He's just about to go in the penalty area. The last man pushes him over from behind because he's past him. And then it's a red card all day. Not only that, for every set piece we had, the referee warned their centre-backs or defenders about pulling players to the ground on every single one, and then allowed them to wrestle a player to the ground and didn't give anything about it. It was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
But Konate had already been booked, am I right in saying that?
Yes, he had been booked first half. Irrespective, he hadn't been booked. It was red card all day and every day.
So, I mean, what is going on here then? Are we still suggesting that, certain decisions are going in favour of certain teams again? Or are we... Well,
that one certainly did.
I mean, because a lot of Liverpool fans will say, it's just sour grapes and stuff like that. But when the evidence is put there right in front of you, you just don't have an argument. There is no argument to be made. It was a sending off.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But then, Billy, we go and get an equaliser. Nick Pope free kick, knocked on by, I think it was Byrne, wasn't it? And then brilliant finish from Asula. Just got enough on it, took it past Alisson. And of course, did the old John Cena, you can't see me kind of celebration. And I must, everybody must have thought they've saved a point here. Salvation has happened, and deservedly so, because we were the better side. They
were scared of us. I mean, we had 10 men. We had to resort to a certain way of playing, which was set pieces, because we had 10 men. I thought Arnie Slott's remarks after the game was a bit out of order, to be fair. What would you expect us to do? Try and play football with 10 men against your 11 and get played off the park? Sorry, that isn't Newcastle United anymore. We don't bow and kowtow to you lot. Yeah. We play to our strengths with the 10 men. And when that involved physicality, height, jumping up, getting set pieces and trying to capitalise that way. It was, we had corners before that where we almost scored. The fact of the matter is that last season when we drew 3-3 at Wembley, Alisson wasn't playing. Had he not been playing last night, we'd have won the game. Virgil van Dijk as centre half was absolutely fantastic defensively as well. Everything came for our advantage came via Konate, who was dreadful. Flicked on from Byrne. Asula sneaks in down the right hand side. Alisson was in between the two, not sure what he was doing, and he poked it past him. And we did realise there was going to be lots of injury time, because when I was commentating in the first 9 minutes or 10 minutes of me commentating, I think there was about 2 minutes or 3 minutes of football. So, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, 11 minutes was a long time, though. I mean, was
that
for the injuries?
Yeah. Cher was down for a while, wasn't he, with a concussion? Yeah. Joe Linton was down. Tonali was down. Substitutions. I think it's a bit over the top. I was thinking maybe 8 or 9. We said last night it'd probably be 12 or 13. But it was 11. But we kind of couldn't see where 11 was coming from.
I've seen a few people in the chat saying, Billy, that why didn't Eddie Howe just shut up shop when it was 2-2? Did he leave us too open? Did he not try and close the door?
I think the goal came because we were still trying to win the game.
Yeah.
Because we were the team that looked like winning it.
Yeah.
I think there's too many midfielders trying to press the ball. had they sat in, maybe the goal doesn't happen. But I mean, that's a bit of naivety. I'm not sure.
I mean, it was a nice,
sure.
Liverpool passed it around well for that goal, and it was a lovely little dummy. I think it was Szoboszlai who dummied it, and then the kid puts it in the corner. Fabulous finish. But I don't think anybody could have blamed Eddie Howe for going for it, given the way the game was, Billy. The fact that we got the equaliser, the crowd were up, the players were up. And it's understandable that they think they can go on and win the game because of how the game had sort of turned on its head to the point where we equalised and we were the better team.
Yeah, we look like the side that was going to win the game. If anyone's going to score, it's going to be us.
Mm-hmm.
However, for the last goal, we pressed Miley, who had been on the pitch not too long, didn't get back in front of his midfield player. Malik Chow disappeared, I have to say. That's why they had the extra man at the back.
Mm-hmm.
And they capitalised. It was the first time they actually used the extra man in the whole of the time they had 11 against 10. And they manufactured a fantastic opportunity for a young kid who just come on. He's only 16. The dummy from Szoboszlai was outstanding. The finish was even better. Yeah. You've got to say it was a great goal, but heartbreaking for us.
Now, I want your thoughts on this comment from Paulie. Trippier needs dropped immediately. Mistimed long balls and set pieces were dreadful again.
Yes, he jumped under a few balls last night as well. He misjudged the flight of the ball,
which is strange for Trippier because his timing's normally impeccable.
He jumped under 4 or 5 balls. However, I don't think Gakpo actually went past him at all. But his set pieces weren't great last night. No, they weren't. I don't think Lewis Hall coming back in. I think maybe that the Livramento will go back to right back at the weekend anyway.
Susan says we did amazing going from 2-0 down to 2-2 with that crowd behind you. Sorry, you don't look to defend.
Yeah, I guess the atmosphere was asking us to defend.
That's what we're saying. Yeah.
You can understand it.
Nathan says Malik Chow was like Jean-Alain Boumsong. Oh God, if he's as bad as surely not.
I don't think he was that bad, but I mean.
So, what was your impression of first of all Chow?
He looked nervous. He gave the ball away a couple of times. He had it misplaced. Dan Burn covered him for a couple of times also. His decision making weren't great. But again, it's his first game, so got to give him a bit of time. I think it's unfair to say he's shot it straight away. But what he did last night wasn't great.
Yeah, I mean his debut. You've got to give him a chance. He's, it's his first time in the Premier League as well. Let's not forget that he's not. The Premier League is very much a different pace to any league he's played in. So you've got to give him that chance. And I suppose he probably wasn't expecting to come on when he did. So you've got to see the positives of this guy. I mean, he's a good player. Let Eddie work with him for a bit. Chris Murray says the club should hit Isak with a heavy fine and further fine every game day he refuses to play. Susan says, any chance we can do a swap for Ekatike, who probs won't want to understudy? Steve Brownlow is a new member of the channel. Thank you, Steve. Welcome to Members Club. Harry Holmes says, Toon fan living in Liverpool. Really proud of the lads after last night. I don't think we need Alex anymore. Sell him ASAP and get 2 decent lads in. Well,
we can sell him now, and how could we get to him? It took us 2 months to get him in.
We're in a pickle. We're in a huge pickle. Eric says, I applaud Eddie for going for the win. We dominated the whole second half and extra time. Take the chance and go for it. Love that mentality. I have to say I do as well. Especially, maybe if we're struggling to hang on to a draw, if we'd been leading and then suddenly Liverpool came back and equalised, then yes, shut the door, take the point. But the fact is the game was totally different. It was on its head. Liverpool were rocking. We were up for it. And maybe we pushed a little bit too hard. But I'd probably rather see that than shut the door, Billy, to be honest. I like that kind of excitement.
Yeah, it was the area of the pitch where we did it there. It was
well, yeah, I mean, it was the wrong area of the pitch.
It was too deep, but you can understand what they did. I'm not going to criticise people for trying to win the game. No, absolutely not. I think they've forgotten that they had 10 men. And, if you were watching the game, you probably had yourselves. If we're perfectly honest, we were the better side.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can understand why they did it. However, if I don't know. I just don't see teams like Man City or even Liverpool falling for that. I think they're a little bit more long in the tooth than we are in these kinds of games. And the amount of times we play brilliant in these big games and lose them, you do think back to the past. And Yeah, the Liverpool games of the 90s and even the one at Anfield a couple of years ago. Yeah, it does kind of piss you off a little bit who get in with these last minute goals.
Yeah. Well, it's just one of them things, I guess. Joe Wilkinson says, Paul, can I have a 20th birthday shout out for Paige, please? Paige, happy birthday. Hope you've had a fantastic day and you've been spoilt rotten. 20 years old, eh? Make sure that when you turn 21, though, you get some massive spondoolies because it's a big, big birthday, 21.
It is
indeed. Key to the door, I believe they used to say, Billy. You don't hear that very often anymore.
Well, it was the key to something for me. I know
that. Yeah. Key to the medicinal cupboard.
It was somebody's wedding the same day, and I was on the piss from my birthday was on a Saturday. Went on the piss at 7 o'clock Friday night, and was on the piss then solid because the British Lions were playing the next morning till the Sunday morning at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Bloody hell. Christ on a bike. Well, there you go. I mean, Billy's just a master of it.
One's girlfriend wasn't very pleased.
I'm pleased I didn't know you back then, Billy. I think I would have been dead by now. Trying to keep up with you. An absolute impossibility. The other debutant, of course, Jacob Ramsey, Billy. What did you make of his performance?
Very, very, very exciting, actually.
Yeah.
And it's not an area you expect to see him. It was his appetite to get back and defend and get last minute tackles, and he did that 2 or 3 times. But he also got forward. He's got pace. He's got a little bit of trick in him. Nice passing of the ball, also. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we'll see more of him Saturday. I think with the injuries, I think he'll start Saturday. But yeah, I thought he started really well. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Well, what we'll do is we'll put a man of the match poll up, Billy. But these are going to have to be your choices here because I didn't see all of the game, so I'm putting this in your hands. So, who was the first one?
Bruno. 100%.
Yeah. Next,
Anthony Alanga. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Okay. Third,
Toon Army.
And finally,
Dan Burn.
Right, there you go, folks. The poll is up for man of the match. Is it Bruno? Is it Alanga? Is it Tonali? Or is it Dan Burn? Get voting, and we will see that again at the end of the show. Right, by the way, Billy, in Manchester yesterday, right, walking around, do you know how many Manchester United shirts I saw yesterday in Manchester?
How long were you there for?
Well, I got there at lunchtime. So I was there all afternoon and then obviously walking down to the arena as well.
3.
None.
Wow.
Not a single Manchester United red shirt. How many Manchester City shirts do you think I saw?
50? 100?
1.
Oh, wow.
How many Liverpool shirts do you think I saw?
Ooh, lots.
5.
There's a lot of people in Manchester.
Very, very strange scenario, I have to say.
How many Newcastle shirts did you see?
How many what?
Newcastle shirts did you see?
None. I mean, I was going to wear mine, but I thought I'd be abused coming out of the arena so late at night, Billy, when it's dark. You never know what might happen.
Yeah, but especially at a K-pop concert, there's no tourists for drive-bys and stuff like
that. Do you know what, Billy? It was absolutely fantastic. And do you know what made it for me was seeing my 2 girls to the left of us up on their feet for the whole night, dancing, screaming and waving. They had an absolute blast. And for a dad to see that is what it's all about. Plus, you know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought. I quite enjoyed it. But having said that, trying to get into the arena is an absolute joke. I understand why the security is intense there because of what happened. But the way they shepherd you in and keep you penned in certain areas for long, long times without any, it was a hot day yesterday as well. It was quite poor, to be honest. But it was fantastic. But my daughters absolutely loved it. And that's what it's all about. So yeah, brilliant. Right. Obviously the injuries, Billy, have hit us quite hard. We lost Tonali, we lost Joe Linton, we lost Fabian Schär. Now, Fabian Schär has recently posted that he's okay. However, it is a concussion protocol. If he is deemed to have even a slight concussion, that is 12 days out straight away, no matter what. So he will be a doubt, obviously, until we know for certain. Because the thing is with concussion, it can take a couple of days to show its ugly head. It's not necessarily there straight away. The dizziness, the nausea, and all that kind of stuff. So he may be a doubt for Saturday. Then you've got Joe Linton. His wife posted that he's okay, but will probably miss the Leeds game because I think she said that he was going to miss the Brazilian. He couldn't play for Brazil, so that rules him out of the Leeds game. And Toon, Billy, a massive blow.
Yeah, I think Ekitike did it on purpose. He was pulling on his arm and then took his legs. So Toon had to go forwards whilst Ekitike still got his arm. So it was kind of like what Ramos did to Salah all those years ago. That we never hear the end of from Liverpool supporters, and yet not being mentioned this one. Strangely enough, it was a deliberate act, and yeah, he got up. He played for another 10 minutes or so, but he basically was on one arm like Franz Beckenbauer 1970 World Cup.
Yeah, well, apparently couldn't feel his left arm. I mean, that's pretty damn serious.
Yeah.
And I mean, if he couldn't feel his arm, Billy, are you disappointed he was left on for another 10 minutes, or was it Toon saying, I'll give it a go? I mean,
he probably said give it a go till he gets someone warmed up. I don't think Eddie Howe thinks of making subs at that time of the game. And certainly not for Toon, absolutely not. I mean, Toon would have been on the pitch for that full game had he remained fit. So, yeah, I think maybe Sando said, get someone warmed up and then I'll come off. But, I mean, it's not an injury you can run off, is it? A shoulder injury, I have to say.
No. And obviously, Leeds comes quite quickly. It's Saturday night. It's the tea time game at Elland Road. We're fishing around. I mean, obviously, we've got Jacob Ramsey to come in. Chow can come in if shares in, or Botman, I suppose, depending on whether he wants to play Botman that right-hand side. He's done that before. Jacob Ramsey would be, I mean, if I'm looking at it a different way, Toon probably for Miley. Miley would probably replace him, and Joe Linton has to be Jacob Ramsey.
You'd think so, yeah. I mean, he was the first choice yesterday when Joe went off, and Joe didn't get a look in. So yeah, I would imagine Ramsey will start. I don't think Harvey Barnes was great yesterday either, so maybe both of them will start. Who knows? I've said that with Gordon being out, he's not going to be dropped to see. So
well, Mr.
Tough game Saturday.
It is a very tough game. I mean, Leeds were humped at Arsenal, but they played well against Everton. So, Everton didn't play too badly the other day. This is a difficult game because Leeds will be well up for it, as they always are at Elland Road. 100%. And we're scratching around again, looking for, I mean, the amount of injuries that we got yesterday, it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. You have to, I mean, does Eddie look at this and think, do you know what? Like some people have said in the chat tonight, maybe we need another midfielder in, or do you think we've got enough numbers now?
Well, at some point they're going to come back, aren't they? So
yeah, absolutely.
It's whether he's prepared to use Joe Willock or not, I guess. I think we're okay for midfielders, I'm perfectly honest. But we haven't got many sixes. I have to say, I'm not happy. I wouldn't be very comfortable with Miley playing ahead of. Because Tonali's out and playing in the six, because I'm not sure he has the discipline to stay in that role.
I think he has to put Bruno back there. I don't think he has a choice for that. I don't think Miley. I don't think Miley's a six, and I would worry. I would worry about that. A couple more super chats. We've got one from Greg. Did Gordon watch a highlight reel on Sunday night of Bellamy's most physical tackles when he played for Newcastle? And Austin Thomas says, sorry to go off topic, guys, but just want to express how much you have meant to me the last 3 years. Big part of my life. Paul, Billy, and Alex actually saved me from being too far gone and was the start of finding myself again. Wow. Thank you, Austin. That's very kind. And hopefully you're on the road to recovery now and finding yourself and being positive now. But thank you very much for that message. That means a lot. Thank you. He's back again. Might not make sense, but it does to me. Love you guys. That's fine, mate. I think we get that. We definitely get that. Bit emotional there, Billy. I mean, it's a strong comment, that, isn't it? And it
absolutely.
It puts into context when we get all the hate that we get, and then Austin comes up with a fantastic comment like that to sort of put things in perspective that, we do decent things on here, no matter the hate for us at times and stupid threats and things like that. We do appeal to some people.
No, I'm glad Austin's better.
Yeah,
really am. Thanks for those lovely words, Austin. You've made an old man cry.
Yeah. It's that Zen garden, Billy. I'm telling you, it's that Zen garden. Harry with a super chat can see Statos 532 for Leeds. Who's the two?
Yeah, this is true. Barnes and Langer, I guess.
Barnes and Langer, yeah. Roberts with a super chat, disgraceful the time taking to stop the game for Share. Well, yeah, what happened with that, Billy?
He went down with a head injury and play went on for another 30 seconds while Liverpool had possession. We win the ball back, and as soon as we did, in an attacking position, we stopped the game.
Where have I seen that before?
And then gave a throw into us when it was, it should have been a drop ball in play.
Where have I seen that before, Billy? Anfield a couple of years ago. Fabian Schär down with a head injury. They play on and score a goal.
There were 2 down, wasn't there?
Yeah. I was right behind it at the ground at Anfield, and absolutely shocking decisions. Absolute shocking. Anyway, Billy.
Yes.
It's your moment tonight, because I think this is a first on this channel that you are the only one doing the player ratings tonight.
Wow.
Because I haven't seen, like I say, I haven't seen the full 90, so it would be unfair of me to do the player ratings because I generate player ratings off a full 90 minutes. So this is all in your hands, Billy Trey.
Let's do it.
The pressure is on. Let me know in the chat what you guys are rating the players, whether you agree with Mr. Trey. We'll start off with Nick Pope, Billy.
I don't think he can get to any of the goals, but I'm not sure his positioning was great in any of them, if I'm perfectly honest. His kicking weren't as bad as usual. However, he did have a lot to aim for once we were trying kind of with 10 men.
Yeah.
But he weren't great. He just didn't seem to inspire confidence, despite not having a lot to do, if I'm perfectly honest. Didn't have a lot to do at all. I'll give him a 6, and that's probably generous.
Seen a few 4s and 5s in there. So maybe you are right. I've seen quite a lot of people on social media today, Billy, saying that maybe we change goalkeepers and that it's time for Ramsdale.
Maybe.
Unless he's, well, I mean, I don't know. Kieran Trippier.
Yeah, it was sad to see him misjudging the flights of the ball on 4 or 5 occasions. It was sad to see. He just couldn't get to grips with it at all.
Yeah.
But he didn't really get done by Cody Gakpo at all, really. And Kirkes wasn't a threat at all. So defensively, he was quite strong. Set pieces weren't great, though. I'll give him a 6.5 with defensive work.
I mean, what do we do about them set pieces, Billy? Because, it's so annoying because you think that...
in the end, it worked out okay because we really threatened some set pieces towards the end. And some of the best ones were from Nick Pope, strangely enough.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Surely,
Alanga's corners weren't bad at times.
When do we come to the point of saying, right, Trippier's not good enough? We now need to make a change, because there is people in that team who are better set piece takers than Trippier is.
Yeah, I agree. But obviously, part of the leadership group, and obviously he's trusted to do it. But we had a few long throws going from Livramento as well. Set pieces in the main weren't bad. We created so many chances from them. And if the referee had gone with his warnings of wrestling plays to the ground, which it happened on 4 or 5 occasions, and we probably should have had 2 penalties from it. And if he didn't, that would have won the game, wouldn't he?
Indeed, yeah. Livramento.
Salah didn't get a kick apart from his ball for the goal. Livramento again marked him out of the game. Defensively, absolutely outstanding. And got forward quite a lot as well. Despite having nothing really to aim for in the middle, some of his crosses, they were pretty good. I'll give him a 9 because he was outstanding.
9. Well,
yeah, absolutely.
So the rustiness is worn off Livramento now.
I think so. I think I'll be going back to right back at the weekend, if I'm perfectly honest.
Interesting. Fabian Schär.
Yeah, defensively solid again. They did. I mean, he's almost blocked the shot that Gravenberch puts in. He's just after the second half starts. He's a little bit asleep for TK's goal. His passing was good. His attitude was great. He wasn't. There was one lazy pass, remember, first half where he could just hoofed it, but he played it straight to a Liverpool player. But in the main, he was quite solid. I'll give him an 8. 7.5. Sorry, 7.5. Change.
People are wondering, Billy, you've given Livermento a 9, but not in the man of the match 4.
Yeah, it's close. It's close. I have to say, he was close to it.
Yeah. Dan Byrne.
Outstanding. Caused a whole heap of problems for them from set pieces. Great defensively. Some great tackles as well. He was booked quite early as well. His first foul. Yeah, maintain the discipline to stay on the pitch and still be great defensively. It was as close to a 10 as you can get. I'll give him a 9.5.
Booked for a first foul. Well, there's a shock, Billy.
It was one of his typical ones as well. You know, he pulled him back. He knows he's going to get beat. But
yeah,
I thought he had a superb game.
Just seems to be that a lot of Newcastle players seem to, get a yellow card for their first one. Sandro Tonali, Billy.
We're going to miss him so rotten. In the first half, he covered every blade of grass, defensively solid, fantastic, and was getting forward to help. If he'd had the confidence to shoot on goal, there was a time where he outpaced their whole midfielder and then was coming in on goal. Van Dijk was coming across to cover with him. I think if I'd have shot, he may have scored. He kind of it was flagging a little bit, and he didn't get to get the pass off or shot off. But yeah, maybe a little bit of fault for the second goal, but. Yeah, he had a really good game apart from that. 9.5 again.
Okay. Bruno.
The most easy 10 you'll ever get. He was absolutely phenomenal from minute 1 to minute 90. Captain, fantastic. Captain, courageous. Call him what you want. He pulled us up by our collars and got us back in the game. He was booked and shouldn't have been. And after that, he probably got a little bit lucky with the referee not sending him off because he didn't make 3 or 4 potentially sending off second yellow card tackles after that, but I'm not going to hold that against him. He was trying to win the ball. He really wanted to win the game. He's fantastic. He's everything that I want to be seeing a Newcastle United player. Just an outstanding player and an outstanding captain, an outstanding performance against the best on England. 10 out of 10 all day.
Great to see him getting 10s again, though, isn't it? Really, I mean, absolutely fantastic because he went through that phase, of course, of us constantly giving him 10s. But stood up to be counted yesterday, which is incredible. Joe Linton.
Again, physical, great. In the end, he got kicked and he fell funnily and he got himself injured, but he was physical. He got himself involved. He was the quieter member of the 3 in the midfield, but he still did his work. They didn't look a threat at all on the left-hand side with Szoboszlai right back, who had a fair game at right back, to be fair to him. Intently goal at Sunderland 0, Huddersfield 1 in the Carabao Cup.
Yes, I've just seen that. I wonder what the crowd is at the Stadium of Light tonight.
You can count them on the fingers of one hand. 6.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be a great crowd there.
And yeah, who are we marking here? Joe Linton. Yeah, I'll give him a 7.5.
7.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the front 3. Harvey Barnes.
Disappointing for me. Very disappointing. Yeah. Second half, he was dreadful. And that's kind of same as what it was Aston Villa. He was okay first half and dreadful second and quiet second, I should say.
Apparently, Stadium of Light looks empty, Billy.
Of course.
Sorry, carry on.
Harvey Barnes, yeah, he wasn't good at all. Very disappointing. I'm going to give him a 6.
I've read a few things today from fans commenting about Harvey Barnes, Billy, saying that if he's not scoring goals, he's not offering very much else. I mean, what would you say to that?
Well, he had against him that's not a midfield player, and not once did he go past him or try to go past him. Or it was just a really, really flat performance from him, and not.
See, that disappoints me. That disappoints me as a fan.
Men, you don't need passengers, do you?
The fact that Szoboszlai's right back for Liverpool and he doesn't try and take him on. I mean, you have to.
2 or 3 times we had Szoboszlai literally took the ball off him as if he was taking candy from a baby.
Yeah.
Not good at all. Not good at all.
Okay. Anthony Elanga.
Effort was fantastic. Pace fantastic. On another day, could have set 2 or 3 goals up. I'm going to give him a 9. I thought it was really good.
I mean, that one where he got to the byline, Billy, and Anthony Gordon got like a toe on it, just not enough to put it obviously past the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. Anthony Gordon.
Well, if he weren't sent off, then we were talking potential man of the match, because his first half performance until the last minute of it was phenomenal. Work rate was fantastic. He looked at the threat. He looked like he had a goal in him as well. I mean, he was putting headers in the box and all sorts of great things that you want to be sent forward, physically competing with the likes of Van Dijk and Canate. And then he goes and ruins it with that tackle. But despite all that, I'm going to give him a 7. Despite the
some people give him 9 and 10s. You can't give him 9s and 10s when he gets a red card. You just can't.
At the end of the day, it's cost us the game. So I'm going to give him a 7. And
I mean, that's the highest rating I've ever seen in my life for a red card, that, Billy.
Because he was phenomenal before he got sent off. And he didn't get sent off through malice or stupid. Well, it was stupidity, but it was just trying too hard.
Yeah. But he's missing for 3 games as well. That's going to leave a massive impact.
Yeah.
So, okay, a couple of super chats. Mike Newport is a new member of the channel. Welcome to Members Club, Mike. Thank you. Olasola says, why wasn't Jacob Murphy played? Elanga was knackered. We could have done with fresh legs. In all, a very proud Boston Magpie. The lads fought like lions. Any thoughts on that, Billy? Not bringing Jacob on?
I think Elanga was a threat even at the end now. I mean, he moved more central. He was covering more than one position, of course, because of the red card. And, I think even though he was tired, he still had more pace than Kirkes did. And, I think that's why he didn't bring Jacob on. Interesting.
And Craig is also a new member of the channel. Welcome to Members Club, Craig. Thank you for your support. Okay, substitutes, Billy. Who came on first? Hang on a minute. I'll get them. I'll just jog your memory, Billy, because. Okay.
I think it was Miley first, wasn't
it? Yes, Lewis Miley replaced Sandro Tonali. So Miley first, Billy.
Didn't really get involved, to be honest.
Yeah.
Potentially at fault for that's partly at fault. You can't pin it all on him. Partly at fault for the third goal. Didn't do anything for me. I'll give him a 6, straightforward 6.
Okay. Then was Jacob Ramsey.
Positive start for him. Great energy, great endeavour to get back and get a couple of tackles in. He played pretty well. He looks like he's got going to be a massive asset for us at some point once he gets in, gelled into the side. I'll give him a 7.5.
Okay. Apparently, Jacob Murphy is suffering from a slight Achilles problem, Billy, which is why he didn't make an appearance last night.
Yeah.
According to Eddie. Lewis Hall was next.
Yeah, again.
Well, Hall and Asula, but we'll start with Hall.
Well, Hall did really well, yeah. Hall maintained the fact that Salah couldn't get anything going attackingly, and then we had his brilliant left foot putting free kicks and corners in. So that's when the set pieces started to get a little better when Lewis Hall came on. Lewis Hall, I will give an 8 to.
8. Crosswell's Mercantile says, I think your club showed extreme immaturity and didn't take the pressure well. Amazing intensity and physicality, but there's a reason we stood back and watched you all do that. It leads to injuries.
Yo. Yeah, that's what we need to know.
Okay. Asula.
Well, he's come on, he's competed, he's scored a goal. You know, what he's supposed to do. People criticise him for not doing. So we're going to praise him when he does do it. And so I'm going to give him an 8.
8. And finally, Malik Chow.
Looked like a cat on a hot tin roof, if I'm perfectly honest. He's not going to be like that forever. I've
seen a few people, though, Billy, saying he looked comfortable on the ball at times. He looked like
he did on one occasion where he turned away from. I can't remember who it was, but the ball came to him and he did a nice little turn away from the player and played the ball forward.
Yeah.
But the header that was poor, and the pass that was poor, and then going AWOL for the goal. I can only give him a 6.
6. Okay.
And that's probably been generous.
Okay. And finally, the manager, Eddie Howe.
It must have killed him after his half-time team talk to be 2 down by the time he sat on his chair. But I thought he actually controlled the game pretty well. And from 2 down, with 10 men on the pitch, to get us back to level, you've got to credit the manager for some of it, even though I think it's down to the manager, down to the captain more than the manager. But at the end of the day, Eddie Howe chose him as captain, and a lot of people have criticised him for doing that. Not I, sir. I'm a great fan of Captain Bruno, but I'll give Eddie Howe an 8.5. He's done the best with what he could do on the day. He picked the side that was right, let down by Anthony Gordon a little bit. So yeah, 8.5. Could he have done any better? Maybe he could have got to shut up shop a little bit, but I mean, it's hindsight now, isn't it? And I think what Thierry Henry said is Newcastle United wouldn't be Newcastle United without Eddie Howe, and if Eddie Howe wasn't there, you know, you'd see a different side. And he had literally said that Eddie Howe is one of the managers in the league that you put up with Pep, with Slots, top manager, and I think he is. And
a few comments, Billy, asking how you would score the ref, Mr. Hooper.
Yeah, I'll give him a 30,000 out of 10. Thought he was great. He was fucking dreadful.
Yeah, terrible. By the way, Longstaff captain in Leeds tonight, Billy.
Well, he got a bit of criticism his game on Saturday, but
he was terrible.
It disappointed me a little bit because he may have played against us on Saturday if he wasn't playing tonight, but he is, and I don't think he'll play against us on Saturday now.
I mean, it depends, doesn't it? We'll see how that works out. But there you go. That is Billy's player ratings. Now we will take man of the match. We'll look at the poll. Billy, how do you think it went?
I'm going to say it's going to be something like high 80s, low 90s for Bruno.
Good shout, because Bruno has won it on 85%. Wow. Elanga with 3, Tonali with 3, and Byrne with 8. That's pretty sensational.
And to be honest, he was pretty sensational last night.
Yeah. I mean,
and you know what? When you see him like that, you don't notice that he's not got that turn of pace and he hasn't got that high top speed.
No, well, we didn't when he was, listen, Bruno, there's no doubt for me, Bruno's lost a little bit of form the last few months of last season. Struggled a little bit, but look, it's perfectly normal because, as they say, form is temporary, class is permanent. And he's always going to be. Look, I think Bruno now knows that he needs to take it up a level. He needs to be at his very peak in every game. And not just because, there's players now coming into the squad who will challenge and there's opportunities. But I think everything that's gone on in the summer and people sort of shouting Newcastle down, saying they're not very... appealing to all these players. They don't want to play for us, etc. I think Bruno's took it to heart. And I love that, by the way. I think that's absolutely fantastic that he's took it to heart. He's an adopted Geordie. He loves Newcastle United. That can be seen off the pitch. It can be seen on the pitch. And that's just the kind of captain we need, Billy.
Well, do you know what? I think I'd have taken him to the meeting with Isak today. I'd have done it today, not yesterday. Jamie Rubin, I'd have took him with me and maybe beat him into submission.
Well, listen, whatever happens, Billy, this is going to be a very dramatic last few days for the transfer window. Now, tomorrow we will do the draw for the Carabao Cup live. I don't know if there'll be a 7 o'clock show because it's Susan's birthday tomorrow. So if she gives me permission to do a show, then we'll do one. If not, we will be on later on. Certainly me and you will be, Billy. We love doing the draws, don't we? It's a great little show. And then, of course, Thursday is the Champions League draw. So me and Billy will be with you again, whatever time that is. I'm not sure when it is. It says it'll start at such and such, but it never bloody does. But we will be with you to see who our opponents are, the Champions League. What have we got? We've got the preview for the Leeds game, show on Friday night. Then we've got the press conference reaction Friday morning, match day live Saturday. So loads coming up, guys. So please make sure you do subscribe and you've got your notifications on so you know exactly when we upload any videos or we schedule in the live show so you don't miss them. Make sure you give this show a like as well, guys, if you've enjoyed tonight. Just better check the super chats, make sure there's one more coming there from Carl. TTR a 10. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, everybody, for your lovely messages for Sam, and of course, all your lovely messages in general. And even Billy got it's emotional when we read stuff like that after all the idiots we get online and the hatred and stuff like that. It's glad, and it's very nice to know we have a really close-knit community on here. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Thank you for your super chats and memberships. Mods and Billy, thank you very much again. And of course, you guys out there, you are absolute legends. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate everybody coming in all the time, and fantastic in the chat. We will see you again tomorrow. In the meantime, have a fantastic Tuesday night, and take care. Good night.
Keep on keeping on, Austin.
Come back and check on Sea Breeze.